The Warriors just got the #2 overall pick a week ago, but what are they gonna do with it?
I feel like all the rest are like haters pretty much. Okay, never.
No, that's great.
Nah, don't put that. I ain't gonna get no more calls. Hell no.
No. Agent Wojnarowski already explained what the Warriors are going to be doing with this pick.
What is your biggest takeaway with the way the order panned out?
For Golden State at #2, that pick is going to be very much in play in the trade market.
Yes, the Warriors are going to trade this pick. It's a weak draft, and the Warriors don't need another talented young player. It's all about hanging another banner, the first one in San Francisco, right? So in this video, we're going to be covering moves that the Warriors can use to get a win-now vet and extend the dynasty using that draft pick. Let's get into it. So guys, before we jump into anything, we need to look at some very important details here that are very key to the rebuild. The Warriors don't have too much money. I mean, they can draft someone if they want, like LaMelo or Anthony Edwards, but I don't think it'll help them in a win-now situation that they're in. And I don't think that they just don't have money, which is a big problem for them right now. Like, the NBA is all about money and cap space. I mean, they can literally, the most they can offer someone is $17.2 million. That's the Andre Iguodala trade exception. They can't get any big names like Devin Booker, Bradley Beal, Giannis Antetokounmpo. They can't even try to get Miles freaking Turner. He makes $18 million. But there's a way. Oh, there's always a way. If the Warriors can combine a big salary like Draymond Green or Andrew Wiggins and that #2 pick, they can for sure get an amazing player, at least an all-star. And it will make Bob Myers the king of Golden State once again. So again, they have two options: trade for someone making less than $17.2 million, or combine a big salary and the second pick, meaning they have a lot of chances. So let's go to the #1 trade. TJ Warren for the 2020's first round pick. The Warriors are getting probably the best fit on their court right here. A guy who averaged 40 points per game in the bubble, and a 3-and-D wing who would be amazing if he was paired up with Steph, Clay, Draymond, and Wiggins. TJ Warren would be amazing on the Warriors. The Pacers do this because if they think they want to give Victor Oladipo an extension, then they need to trade TJ Warren. There's no better way than to free cap space, and they get the 2020 first round pick. I mean, the #2 pick, and that will make the GM of Indiana the king there. Trade #2, Robert Covington for the 2020 first round pick, the second pick, right? And you might be like, Pavon, Robert Covington isn't even good. Stop. Robert Covington is amazing. He's a 3-and-D wing who can stretch the floor and fits the Warriors spacing. He's literally one of the best 3-point shooters in our league. Okay, maybe not the best, but he's above average on defense too. He might not be like the best offensive player you can find, but on defense, he makes up for it. And the Warriors desperately need defense right now. #3, Lauri Markkanen for the 2020 first round pick. This is the Bulls just going full out rebuild, taking the second pick. And you might be like, Lauri Markkanen? Oh, he's garbage. He screwed up his career. Stop. Jim Boylen screwed Lauri Markkanen's career. And I think he'll have a big chance of getting back at where he was supposed to be in the best winning culture in the NBA. Lauri Markkanen is a 3-and-D wing. Okay, maybe not D, but like a 3 player. He can space the floor. And the Bulls also have the #4 pick. So the Bulls now have the #2 pick and the #4 pick, and they can go full out rebuild and draft an amazing player or two. And now we're going to be looking at some of the big trades. But they have to trade for someone available, right? Meaning like no Giannis, LeBron, or Kawhi. That those people aren't available. But luckily, there might be one team that have multiple stars that want to be traded. #1, Joel Embiid to the Warriors for Andrew Wiggins and 3 first-round picks, including that second pick, right? This is the Sixers calling this Ben's team and betting on Ben. Though he might not be as much talented as Embiid, he's much more healthy. Al Horford goes to full-time center, and this fixes the Sixers' spacing issues, and they can draft either LaMelo Ball or Anthony Edwards for the future. On the Warriors, Embiid would bring at least 3 more titles, and he's the best defensive center in our league. His offense is elite. His only issues might be health and consistency are his key points, but other than that, flipping him to the best winning culture in the NBA, I think will make him more mature. And number 2, Ben Simmons to the Warriors for Andrew Wiggins, Kevon Looney, Jordan Poole, and 4 first-round picks. Again, this is the Sixers just breaking it out and calling it Embiid's team this time. The Warriors are getting one of the most talented young players in the NBA, probably a defensive player candidate. He has a defensive player of the year ceiling, right? His offense is elite, and his three-point shooting isn't a big problem on the Warriors. The Warriors are surrounded by shooters. His shooting won't be a big problem, right? It won't be put into play that much. Again, he has a defensive player of the year ceiling, might even win an MVP or 2, no one knows. And Embiid is a legend. He might go down as one of the greatest of all time, and his passing fits exactly perfectly with the Warriors' gameplay. And now trade number 3. Tobias Harris for Andrew Wiggins, Kevon Looney, Jordan Poole, and 2 first-round picks, obviously including the number 2 pick. Tobias Harris is a 20-point-per-game guy. He's averaging 20 points per game with Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons on his team. He would look perfect at the power forward position with Steph, Clay, Draymond, and Wiggins. I think Tobias Harris, as a Warrior, would be the best version of him we've seen so far, right? And he's a 20-point-per-game guy, I already told you, and he's a 3-point shooter. His 3 points okay. He defends at a high level, too, and he's a good veteran presence on the Warriors again, right? And finally, news in this video, Giannis for Andrew Wiggins and 4 first-round picks. You knew it was coming. You knew that the Bucks are going to lose this year. They're going to have to trade Giannis or let him walk in free agency, and I'm sure they would rather trade him instead of letting him walk. And on the Warriors, Giannis would obviously bring more titles. He's a force. He's the league MVP. He has a chance to become the face of the league, right? He's a legend. He's an amazing player. He would definitely bring more titles to Golden State. And Giannis as a Warrior would be pretty slick. So guys, please subscribe to the channel, right? I cannot stress how important that is. Really helps out the channel. And while you're at it too, hit the like button on the bottom. Really helps out the channel again, right? And I'll see you guys in our next video.
I got in Atlanta, just to the lean in the family. Credit cards in the scammers, hitting the licks in the van. Legacy.